Hi, I'm Charity Singleton Craig, a writer and editor bringing words to life. I'm also the co-author of the new book called On Being a Writer, 12 Simple Habits for a Writing Life That Lasts. Today, my first guest in this new series is my co-author, Anne Kroeker. Hi, Anne.
Hi.
How are
Hello.
you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Thanks. So, simple enough, for our new series, I just want to ask you a few simple questions related to the book On Being a Writer.
hmm
And these questions hopefully will be easy to answer, especially for you since you were my co-author. And the first question is, I'm just going to pull up my list here. Which of the 12 habits in On Being a Writer do you connect with most at this stage in your writing life?
I took a look at the chapters to remind myself of each of the habits, and I thought about myself as a writing coach, as an editor, and as a writer, because really for my writing life encompasses all of those things. But when I think strictly of my writing and segregate just that one thing, I think it's plan.
Mm.
Plan is toward the end of the book where we're looking ahead and trying to think through the long range destiny of our writing life and the things we want to accomplish. And in the book, I talk about how I equate myself almost to a tumbleweed, where it seems like a lot of my life is just sort of unfolded, and I've just tumbled along with where the wind blows. And then I began to grow more intentional about where I'm going next with my writing life. And I think that I have found it's a little of both. And even right now, there are things that I have planned and written down and made intentional steps to move toward. And then there are things that have just blown into my path again. So even if I set forth an intentional plan, I still get these little puffs of surprise again and again. And it's delightful, and I think a good reminder that any writer can have a nice little balance of both, but you can't plan for the surprise, right? So all you can plan for is the plan, and that's where I'm at. I'm planning for my plan. I'm creating a plan, but then staying open to the surprises.
Excellent. Great. I love that. I think that's a very similar place where I am right now, actually. So this question, I think, is an interesting one for you, particularly since you are my co-author. So as you think about the 12 simple habits, are there any habits that aren't in the book that you would like to add at this point?
When we led a workshop live after the book came out in the fall, and I brought something up there that has come up again and again in conversations with people, and that is, we probably touched on it, but I don't remember really diving in, and that is the idea of staying really flexible and portable. And I have found that a lot of my writing life has unfolded in the context of parenting, and the parenting has often taken me away from my actual desk. So it's been very difficult for me to have office hours and stay within an office space. So I have an office space, but I'm not always able to be in it. And so to be able to create some sort of portable office has been a way for me to be productive no matter where I'm at. Well, I've had my extended family has had a kind of a crisis that has taken me away from my office yet again, even though I was entering a stage of life where I thought I was going to be at my desk more. So once again, I loaded up my backpack, and I have my laptop, I have my phone to have Wi-Fi access, and that having that kind of portability and flexibility, I think, is important for every writer to at least consider, because maybe right now you have a wonderful space and you're able to be there for X number of hours, but life is full of surprises and upsets that might require us to be at a place we didn't expect to be. So if we're prepared, we can continue to get a lot done even while we're out and about. And we never really explored that in the book, and I kind of wish I had, because I think that it's really been a huge way that I've been able to continue being a writer, editor, and writing coach while I'm out in places I didn't expect to be or intend to be.
That is a really good point. One I would probably do well to learn, because I feel very tied to my desk, and I like being tied to my desk. It's
I
actually
do too.
hard for me to work if I'm not. So
Yeah, yeah.
at some point, it may need that flexibility of a pink backpack. You didn't mention in your.
It is pink. I didn't purposely go out looking for a pink backpack, but that's what I found.
Exactly. Two quick questions. I think they're quick to wrap up. What is one simple piece of advice that you give to writers who are trying to figure out what's next? And then I'll just go ahead and tell you the other question, and you can answer them together. What's next for you as a writer?
Each writer is going to have such a different genre that he or she is working in that can drive that next step question in a different way. But I mean, next step in a small sense could go with a concept I just introduced in a podcast today, which is a productivity tip, and that is to use the question, what's the next action? So when you're stymied and you don't know what to do next, asking this question, what's the next action, can really help discern within a big and overwhelming larger project how to break it down into smaller steps. But it can also, when you have a long list of things to do, it can help a person figure out what's the next thing. So, you know, we talked about planning, so there's sort of that mega, 20,000 foot view of what's next, but then there's also the immediate what's next. And I think sometimes I just have to inhabit that immediate what's the next action and just do the next thing. And then by doing the next thing, it reveals the next thing that I need to do, and so on. And so that's really how I've been living my life, and it's how I would encourage somebody else to explore their writing life and figure out what's next. Sometimes the next action is contact a friend or a mentor or join a writing group where you're going to have a lot of people who can help you identify strengths and weaknesses, maybe point the way or create an opportunity. And so sometimes you just don't even know what the next step is until you take a first step and do the next action. And you ask, what's the next step in my personal writing life?
Yeah.
And my next actions are, some of them are urgent things I just have to get done right now. And I do have a lot of writing clients I'm working with, so that's been really exciting, is helping them realize their dreams and their next steps. And then I also have the potential of a book that I'm toying with. And so I can't say that is the next thing, but it is a possibility. That's all I can say about it at this stage. It's still in the discovery stage. Thank you for asking, though.
Well, you're welcome. Excellent. I'm excited about all of those projects. Thank
you.
you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. This is great.
And thank you for watching today, and hopefully be excited about our next author who will be coming up soon to talk about on being a writer from their perspective. Have a great day.